What's up? Hey Rusty, hey Lynx, hey chat. How are you doing? How's your day? How are you? Hold on, my freaking wires are all tangled up. Apollo! What's up? How are I hit the wrong toggle. How are you? How are you doing? What's up? I didn't mean to bombard myself right out the gate. That was not my intention. But how are you doing? How's your day? Welcome to stream. Thank you for coming. Ow. What's up? How's your days? How are you? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a fun time. I'm excited for today. Excited to chat with people and then get back into visual novel stuff. Ooh. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day. I'm doing well. I woke up at a more reasonable time today as opposed to yesterday when I felt a little groggy. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized. The lore of you doing the wrong toggle is that you just have a bucket of stuff above your head at all times. Yeah, I've got a little wire, you know, a little button, and I got a bunch of buttons and stuff that one false move, you know, and it all comes tumbling down. There's just a little cannon off screen, just constantly being reloaded, full of random objects. But yeah, I'm doing good. Free story ASMR. Yeah, technically it's an ASMR-esque stream, I guess. I have a cheese quesadilla. Yo, I've been on a I've had a lot of Mexican food this week actually. Mostly because okay, so it was Mama Bag's birthday yesterday. So literally after stream, I went and celebrated her birthday with her. Gave her all the cool stuff that I had gotten her and whatnot, and now we have plans over the weekend to basically eat more Mexican food and stuff. And I made sure to what do you call it? Basically, like we had Mexican food, specifically like tacos and stuff, like yesterday. And then I also went out with my grandmother before this week's stream started to go pick up something. We have Mexican food then. And now on the weekend, we're going to get it a third time for my mom's birthday because she loves any and all type of I would say food that falls under that category, regardless of where it's from. So I'd suffice to say I'm having a lot of of a very similar type of like cuisine, I guess you could say, which I'm kind of odd at. Like it's odd to me when people are like, we just had pasta last night, I can't have pasta again, like I don't really understand that. Like if food is good, then I'll eat the same food or same type of food like all the time. Like if it were up to me, I would go eat hibachi like 2 times a week, or sushi. Like it doesn't bother me, I guess. And I'm also the same person though that like I don't care about like it's hot outside, thus we can't have hot food, or it's cold, you can't have cold food. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, but hey, I want to share. Got 2. Oh my god. But what if I wanted one? What if I wanted a little bit of quesadilla? Or if you want to be highly inaccurate, you could say quesadilla, which I actually knew someone who used to say that. It's raining, so you can't have soup. Exactly. I don't understand that. Unless you're being for real, and in which case I still don't understand that. I don't know. That's just for me. You can have good food whenever, we can half it. What if I want it all? I want all of it. I can make you a quesadilla. I made them myself. Aw, very cool. I had a very good I might upload. No, actually I think I already did. I uploaded what I had in the Discord when I went out to eat. It was very, very tasty. So I was excited about that because I'm gonna get the same thing again since we're going to the same place. But also another thing. Okay, but soup is really nice at cold, rainy days. I mean, I guess, like, if you're cold outside and you have a warm meal, I guess, yes, technically, but I wouldn't complain, you know? I don't know, that's just me. I found, and I might post a picture of it later, and I was reminded this because of, chat's been going crazy finding new plushes and stuff. And also, just generally, I've had a lot on my feed of like plushie related things. And I recently pulled out a big box that I guess had been like up in my closet for a while that I hadn't really pulled down for a bit to look at. And surprise, surprise, it was filled with a bunch of plushies from my childhood that I had for like forever, basically. And so now I have brought down a little tiger plushie that I had when I was a baba, basically. Yes, I know. I had a few in there. I had a giant freaking white bear. I had my tiger plushie from when I was baba, and then I also had a bunch of other bear plushies. But I'm still missing my entire collection, okay? There was a point in time where I had like probably 20 something like bear plushies, right? I used to be very scared of like the dark in general, right? I don't know what it is. Like I used to just be very kind of like fearful. So at the time, I would just completely cover myself with like bear plushies as if like, you know, the monster can't get me as long as all my bear plushies are here to protect me. There's no way they'll ever get through my defense, you know? When he was a little bag, yes, when I was a small baggie, and I had hundreds of plushies. No, I legitimately did have like a bunch of bear plushies though that you could probably line an entire wall with them. Not like, you know, from top to bottom, but like more so like you could line them up on a wall. And they were of like all different like shapes, sizes, designs, and it's one of the things that honestly, like now, I'm kind of upset that I sold half of them, I think, at a yard sale. Because my mom was like, Oren, you have quite a bit of plushies, you know? Like, maybe we can sell some of them at the yard sale that we're doing. And at the time, I was like, okay, I guess we could sell some of them. And now looking back at it, like, I honestly miss a bunch of the ones that I think I sold. They're so sentimental and cute. You can't have hot food when it's hot or cold food when it's cold. Me who eats boiling soup when it's 100 degrees or snow cones when it's 30. Exactly. Thank you. A kindred spirit, Apollo, for sure. Even femboy soup I know how to make. Wow. Food doesn't need weather. There you go. As a German, we also grill in the rain. I've always heard it's very rainy. I sort of started trying to sell my plushies. I know that chat's got pretty impressive collections, honestly. Like I kind of miss. I'm almost jealous, right? Because now I only have like 4 in total, and I've even like see, this is already comforting. You can't see it right now, but I've got my little tiger plushie like in my arms, on my lap, just chilling with me, and I feel so like I can just pet his little head, you know? Like it's nice motivational support, you know? I feel so at ease whenever I like, you know, pet his little head. Only 4. Yeah, only 4. I look. I had a lot more, but they're all gone now, or I just don't know where they're at. So I have at least 7 just on my bed right now. Look, I'm gonna have a lot more when I put look, there's when me and my my boyfriend put our collections together, I'm sure we'll have enough to I don't want to feel so bad. I'll just snatch some of his up, okay? And then we'll be fine. I won't have to worry. All right, I'll just go in and thieve them. All right, that, or alternatively, I might increase my collection if I feel the need to. Back when I was in summer camp, though, I used to have a bunch more because we would go to like a theme park, you know, with like roller coasters and stuff. And I used to be really, really good at basketball because it was the only. Also, let me turn off. Let me turn off that thing because we're not playing Cult of the Lamb anymore. But back when I was in summer camp, I actually used to be very good at basketball because it was basically the only type of game that, like, sport that we'd really play a lot of. We had like literally gigantic basketball courts inside of the summer camp. And so back then, I actually, you know, I was actually, I can attest, I was pretty good at the sport. So whenever we would go to the theme park, they'd always have those games where it's like, shoot the basketball, and if you get so many points, you can, you know, win a prize, you know, one of those things. And what happened, I want chat to know this, all right? I was a tycoon back in the day, all right? I was very business savvy, okay? Because what I would do is, because I would actually win, I had friends of mine and other kids that were like on the trip with us, and they would pay me money to go and play the game for them and then win them something and then give it to them. So I made a slight little income off of my skill back in summer camp. And I remember at one point though, I legitimately had like, I brought home a gigantic haul of stuff, right? Like I cleaned out the freaking place that was there because we were just waiting on like people to get off of a really long line for a ride, and we'd spend like a long time at these places. So I had time, and I came back with, I think, like 3 basketballs and like 4 gigantic plushies, like the huge ones, right? And I remember like the look on one of my camp counselors' like faces when they looked at me, and they were just like, how are we gonna fit that on the bus? Like, where are we even gonna put that? Like, they legitimately took up like seats, I'm pretty sure. They were not very happy with me at the time. 80% of my closet is plushies. 40% of the guest closet is plushies. 90% of my storage bin are plushies. Apollo, so many. I have an entire collection of Beanie Babies, and you have 2 more quesadillas. I never had any Beanie Babies, actually, I don't think. I was around for when people were like going mad crazy about them though, and like, you know, the big thing of like, but my Beanie Baby collection, it'll be worth trillions, you know. So there were, I knew some people who were very Beanie Baby like fanatics, I guess, but for like not the reason of like, oh, I love them because they're cute, but they were like, no, I'm gonna make a killing off these Beanie Babies. You know, swirling their mustache and stuff. The government came and arrested him for not having a business permit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how it ended. Little 8-year-old me got like arrested at the theme park because I was winning too big. They knew I was cheating. I had magnetized the ball to automatically go in the hoop. I cut off all the tags of mine. I just wanted them because they were cute. Exactly. I feel like that's the best way. I used to have a bunch of action figures as well as a kid, and even ones that I got from like my grandfather and stuff that were like really old, you know, back when action figures weren't like so posable, you know. The only thing they could do was like you can move their arm up or down and that was it. Maybe you can turn their head a little bit. I had some of those as well, and like I don't know, I don't think I'd ever really want to sell those because like to me, one, they're kind of cool actually, like not gonna lie, like I don't play with them anymore, but still whenever I see them I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. I do like that still. Like, I don't know. There's some childish part of me that thinks like, nah, that's a cool thing. I don't want to sell that. Like, that's just cool. Like, there's no reason to. So I have a lot of like my old toys that I don't play with them anymore, like I said, but they're still in storage because I can't part ways with them. You know, I don't know. It's just cool to have as well, I guess. It's one of those things that like in my mind, I know that if I sold it, I would regret it later on. And then like freaking however long from now, I would go back and I'd be like, dang it. Oh, God. Oh, man. I finally wanted to go pull that out and it's gone. You know, I'd have one of those moments. I have this plush. It's supposed to be a shark, but it's just a round ball with nose, eyes, and a tail. Oh, my God, that's so cute. When I was little, we used to have this aquarium on the boardwalk, and I know that everyone knows what boardwalk is, but so for those who don't, basically, I think I've explained before, it's just like, kind of like when you have like a wooden like pier that you'd walk on. It's like that, but usually it's like, it's on the water. It's like, a bunch of stores and sometimes restaurants that are built out on top of like a pier over the water, basically. But this one was like huge, right? And you'd go there, and it was this big circle almost, and the middle was like open, and you could always like get in like these little boats and like go around the center of like the center of the boardwalk and stuff. But attached to the boardwalk at the time, which I thought was really cool, was this gigantic aquarium. And I think I've talked about going to the aquarium before, but here was the thing I did not remember. Back when I went there the first time, I was like ecstatic about this little shark that I bought from the like whatever it is, like the little like the little store at the end where they have all their like like all their toys and merchandise and all of that stuff. I bought me my shark merch and I left, all right? And I was happy and content for many years until one day I accidentally was just like, yeah, no, you can sell it. It's fine. And then legitimately, I think my mom said it was like maybe, I don't know, like maybe a week later or something, I was like, oh, hey, where's my shark plushie? And she's like, you said we could sell it. And I immediately regretted that decision, so much so that one of my family members who lives on the beach, like basically my mom secretly contacted him to ask like if he had time, could he run in, get another shark, and then mail it to us, basically, because I was so distraught that I could not sleep with the tiny shark that I decided I did not need in the moment, which I very quickly regretted. So it was cute. It was also funny because like he literally had to walk into the like into the entire aquarium, all of that stuff, and just going is like, oh no, I'm not here for the fish. No, I don't want to see any of the cool aquatic stuff. No, I'm just here for the shark plushie. That'll be all. And then just leave. And the thing about like buying from an aquarium or something like that, and it was so specific, it's the reason that I wanted it. Like, I don't know why, but it was a specific kind of shark, so I wanted it. But like any type of like thing that you buy from this place is always super overpriced. So this was like a almost $18 plushie that we were getting. I think the same thing happened with, I don't know if it exists like overseas at all, but do you know like what Build-A-Bear is? Or is that just a US thing? I don't know. I haven't been to a Build-A-Bear in forever. But I did go back when I was younger, and I remember making my little bear, and then like my mom specifically said that they're pretty tactical about it, because they'd basically go and like whenever you go, like your parent takes you. It's a US thing, but I know what it is. Okay, so for those who don't know then, it's basically just a place where you do exactly what it says. You build like a plushie of your own. So you go and make one, and it's usually super expensive, actually. And so my mom would like talk about how whenever I would go there, I've only been there like once, but when I did go there, and I was like, I have to make one. I simply must. They would always like completely ignore her basically when she was staying with me in line, and they'd look directly at me and they're like, do you want to put a hat on your bear? Or like, do you want some of these cool clothes for? And then I, of course, because it's me, I'd be like, yes. And I remember my mom spent like I don't think it was that much of the time, but like it feels like a fortune basically leaving, because she was like, I can't tell you no. But yeah, poor mom. Exactly. Like looking back on it, I feel guilty, but at the time she was like, she looked at me and she's like, I can't tell you no because that would destroy you. So I just went along with it. But yeah, we paid a lot of money for this little sailor bear that I still have, by the way. And it is kind of cute, but like they even do this little thing where they're like, and here's the heart of the bear, and they like give you the heart, and it's like you got to make sure you squeeze it real tight before you put it in so that your love can power the bear, make it come alive. And I remember taking it and just like squeezing the hell out of it and then putting it back in the bear. It's honestly a very cute memory, though. Aside from that, I'd go to the pier either in Galveston or Kemah Boardwalk. I would go to all the places with plushies, and I would try to win all of them. I ended up getting a lot of the big ones. I still have one of the giant dogs. Let's go! I feel like being good at like arcade type games or like any of those types of games is always very rewarding. You know, it's a skill that it's not very relevant half the time, or most, not 99% of the time, but that 1%, when you go and there are prizes to be won, that's when everyone looks up to you. They got stars in their eyes and they're like, oh, you can win me the giant dog plushie. And you're like, psh, psh, I got this. Watch my skills in action. Every time I went to the mall, I would beg to go to Build-A-Bear. Yes, of course. I remember begging as well until my mom basically finally gave in, and she was like, fine, we'll go. So, poor mom. At least you still have it. I do still have it, and it is very cute. It was one of my faves for a while. I remember sleeping with it. I basically had, like, my giant white bear, like, protecting me on the other side of my bed, and then, like, I would just, like, have an armful. As many as I could fit on top of me and in my arms. I had this big armful of just, like, bears. Because I don't know why bears, but bears were the thing that I liked. And I still think, this is a question, okay? What is the best kind of plushie for like your basic animals? While there are some really cute like mascot plushies or like food plushies, what's the best animal plushie? All right, I need to know. For me, it's bears. I don't know why, but teddy bears are just adorable. They're always cute. I love them to death, and I would have a small little, you know, horde of them if I could. Most of my Build-A-Bears are Little Pony themed, or My Little Pony themed. Again, I was never into My Little Pony, and I still know very little about it, but it seems like most of chat is very, very informed on all things My Little Pony, and now not even requesting, demanding that I watch it, because if I do not, then there will be punishments. So I have a feeling that one of the movie nights we're gonna watch something My Little Pony related. So rabbits are octopus. Not too hard, fluffy, and yes, bears are owls. Yeah. I like rabbit too. Octopus plushie is a good one. I like that. That's another good one. I like my little tiger too, to be honest. Whenever I used to not be able to have a dog for a while because one of my parents thought that I wouldn't be, the excuse was that I would not be responsible enough to take care of the dog, right? And so I couldn't have a dog for forever, and I always wanted one. So whenever, like, for the longest time, I would basically, like, buy little dogs, and then I would, like, I don't know if anyone else did this. I'd put a collar around my little plushie, and I'd pretend that I was walking my dog around the house, like, just dragging it across the floor. Or, like, I would, like, have it in my bed, and I would just, like, cuddle it and stuff. I have this baby blanket. I couldn't sleep without it. My dad had to drive 5 hours just to get it for me. I still have it to this day, but made it a big blanket. Yeah, we still have my baby blanket as well. My mom legitimately keeps, has kept a vast majority of all of my baby stuff. Baby pictures, baby items, you know, it's like a small collection of sentimental items for her. So she's pretty good about that. If there's anything, I would be surprised if there was anything important that she did not have at any one time or did not know the location of. I have this pink and white striped one. It was hand knitted on my ex stepdad's mom. It was so adorable. It means the world to me. Aw, that's super cute. Yes. You know, my baby blanket has little rainbow ducks on it. I don't think mine was very fancy. I think mine was legitimately like just, I don't know what it had on it. I'd have to go pull it out of our closet. It's somewhere in one of the closets, just like folded up. But like, if it was colorful, like at this point it looks just very tan, but if it was colorful, like a lot of the colors are like really faded by now, honestly. I think when I was little though, they used to give I don't know if they always do this, but they'd give like little plushies to all the babas, you know? So I guess that what I told you, it's true. You are adorable. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. But I remember they would give like plushies to all the babas as well at the hospital, you know. All baba get plush. And mine at the time, I think, was I don't remember. I think it was like an elephant or something like that. And to this day, elephant is like one of my top favorite creatures. If we go to a zoo, chat, and there's freaking elephants at the zoo, I will literally drag you to the elephants and just watch them. All right, for longer than all the others. All right, I adore African elephants and Indian elephants. They are by far, I mean, I like African elephants more because they have the big ears and they're just so cute. But I would kill to be able to like be one of the people that takes care of them, that gets to like feed them and like, you know, give them a little like trunk, like, you know, rub or pat. Like, I would freaking die. I would be so cool. I love them so much. Oh my god, I remember watching like what do you call it, like one of the people that works there that like actively works with them. And do you like the movie Dumbo? When I was a kid, I used to like Dumbo. I still think Dumbo is like the actual like elephant Dumbo is cute. I don't like that movie very much, but that's for a wide variety of reasons. But I don't know. I don't think it's aged well. I don't even think when it released, there's a lot of questionable things in that movie that I've just like, now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't like that. I still think Dumbo's design and the elephant at least is cute though. So yeah, but no, like, what's it called? The Jungle Book. Whenever they had the scene where all the elephants came like marching out and stuff, I remember going berserk. I was like, oh my God, it's so great. I was like, rewind it. I don't know why. I was just a fanatic. Well, it isn't really a complete baby blanket. I got it from my aunt when I was like 1 or 2 when my mom left me with her. Oh, okay. I have this one plushie that I've had since I was a baba, and I would cry every time my mom would threaten to cut him up as a punishment. Oh my god. I still cry if something happens to it, which is embarrassing, but it's true. No, that's not embarrassing. That's for real, for real. There's certain objects that if anyone was like, get rid of that, put it in the furnace, I would die. I would not be able to survive. So I get that. That's so my mom never did anything as drastic as that. What she did when I was being potty trained, she used to say that like for every time that I would get it wrong, basically, I was obsessed with dinosaurs, and I had a bunch of little dinosaur toys. And every time that I would like mess up or something when I was really, really young, she would be like, "If you mess up, I'll take one of your dinosaur toys away." And she would like take one of my toys, and because I'm like not even a foot tall, I'm Baba, I'm real small, right? She would put my toy all the way up on like a counter or like on a shelf somewhere. And I remember like her telling me that I would be so sad just looking up there like, no, I'll never get it back now. And if I did it right, I would get the toy back though. So I very quickly potty trained myself, and I was very I was very well to learn. That was my punishment for a while. She would just take my toys away and put them somewhere I could never have them unless I did it correctly. So I learned pretty well. Pink elephants on parade. The child was drunk. Yeah. It's got some questionable moments in it. Hey yo, I fell asleep, but I'm here now. Welcome. Also, something I forgot to point out, we have new emotes. Technically not like super new, but new. And you can thank our amazing local artist Lynx for all of the freaking new free follow emotes that we have. They did a really great job on them, and I thought they were so cute, and I was trying to figure out a way to add them for a while. And when I eventually did remember that I had them saved, I was like, oh, I can make them into the follow emotes. And so now they're there, and I freaking adore and love them. So yeah, I hope that everyone else enjoys having them as well. So and yes, thank you so much for that, by the way, Lynx. And what's up, Teal? How are you doing? You missed our conversation that you inspired me about with plushies. That's what we've been talking about. Nah, I'd also cry if something happened to my plushies. Exactly. It's this tiny beat up Beanie Boo. Aw, Panda. I love pandas too. I love pandas and koala bears. Koala bears are little guys though, little sleepy guys. Every time I go see the koalas at any type of zoo, they're always like, man, I'm trying to rest. Come back later if you want to see me do anything. They're just chilling, snacking on some stuff. Yeah, I found one of my my Baba plushies, Teal. I pulled down a giant box and I have my little plushy tiger. I might put it in chat later. I don't know. It's so cute though. I think I'm gonna hold on to it for the rest of stream as a comfort toy, you know? I've just had him in my arms, you know, holding on to him, hugging him, and it's very comforting. I like it. I think we need to do all streams like this where I just have my Baba toy right here with me, my Baba plush for my my tiger. And speaking of Baba plushie, when I was really young, I also had, like, I'm talking like 3 or 4, I actually had a plushie of a small, like, you know, baby basically, and for some reason it used to have clothes and I don't remember what happened to them. I think we lost them at some point, and instead of being phased by that and being like, oh well, I can't take it anywhere, I used to just carry around this unclothed baby doll with me everywhere I went because I was like 3 or 4 and I was like, whatever, it's still cute, I guess. And I just like would remember like dragging it around with me everywhere. I don't remember where it is now, but I was obsessed with, like, I feel like maybe it's due to my ADHD or something. I went through phases of immense like interest in one particular plush where it would go everywhere with me and I would never leave my sight. And then like I'd randomly move on to another one. It's like, you fulfilled your purpose. Now you may rest. You can go on vacation for a while. I should get the dog and hold on to him. Of course. I'm holding the panda plush. He stays on my bed. Oh, it's so cute. Aren't all Beanie Baby plushies like really small though? Right? Or are there any exceptions to that? Aren't they all like really tiny? I could never keep dolls. My brother always broke their head off. This one was like, that's why I say it's like more plushie adjacent, because it was like sewn together and stuff. So it was like a Baba that was sewn. But no, that's so mean. I don't like dolls, but I don't think I would ever break the head off. I think that dolls are fine if they're like, you know, small dolls, like whatever, right? Or like ceramic dolls aren't really that scary. It's when you get into like the child-sized doll that people were obsessed with in like the 80s or something, right? No, those are evil and I hate them. And yes, I blame horror movies for my immense fear of any type of like giant doll, but but that's besides the point. Holding on to my pineapple. Okay. There are little special edition massive ones. I want a massive Beanie Baba. You know, mannequins are also dolls. I feel like mannequins fall under their own. That's an actual interesting question. All right, so when you go to the store and they have mannequins for clothing and stuff, do you prefer the mannequins that are like, they have a head and everything and they look almost like, you know, very odd human-like, or alternatively just a decapitated mannequin? Like, if you had to pick, what are you picking? Like, for you, is it worse the more human that they are just because it looks weird, or is it better? Because I'm just curious. Decapitation, just no head on the mannequin. Even better, just cut off most of the non-essential limbs. You know, they can have like legs, but they like, you've ever seen the ones where it like comes up to about the shoulder and then the shirt just kind of hangs whatever they're on? You can have that one as well. Then they can't attack me with their arms. Siblings are mean. I don't have any, so no, I got scared of dolls from that one crying doll and my sister. I got scared of dolls because of horror movies, honestly, I think. And then the fact that my grandmother owns like this awful doll that is exactly that, like the size of a small child, and I know. And she always threatens that she'll like bring it out, like she'll bring it downstairs, and she's like, I've got your favorite doll, Oren. I'll bring it down here for you if you want. I'm like, no. That doll needs to leave. No mannequins at all. I remember chat did not, some of chat did not have fear of mannequins until we played Outlast. It's creepy with no head. I like dressing up as jump out at people. I don't think you could actually fool. I don't think you could fool me. All right, you'd have to have some pretty good freaking makeup to fool me. I like mannequins. I feel like I do not as much, but they don't bother me. It's until like they're in a horror environment that I'm like, but up until that point, they don't really bother me. I'm not really scared of them. That's fair. It's just when the mannequin look all bloody morph suit. I think I had a morph suit like for one brief period of time for not even a week when I was like 8 and that was it. I use morph suits for scaring people. That's so mean. I don't know how small my mom pulled the whole arm off one of those mannequins. I pissed myself laughing. It was so funny. What the heck? Why? just because she felt like it. She was just like, how dare you? Walked up. I like men. I mean mannequin. Ooh, ayo. Now here's another thing, in more relation to what, because I had to write it down, not on purpose. So something else that I'm kind of curious about, right? Because I'm not as well informed as a lot of the rest of chat when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I don't know if anyone in chat is in particular, but like I was reminded because I was looking through, like making sure that all the stuff for today's game was set up and whatnot, and obviously I forget who it was. I think it was Damon told me that when we were playing it the first time, I think they told me that what do you call it, there's like a lot of other like monsters and like creepy cryptid inspired like creatures in the game, right, for the visual novel. So I'm almost curious, is there like a creepypasta or like cryptid chat that you know of, or like any spooky story like about a creature or something that's like really unsettling to you? It could be folklore, anything. I'm just curious because I feel like growing up near like a lot of like cities and stuff, like I'm city boy. I don't really I never like had like people tell me like stories about like, oh, you better watch out, Oren, or the freaking tree walker will get you, or like the tree whatever. I don't know, insert random folk monster here. I never had that happen. So yes, I know many. Ooh, Skinwalker. I feel like I've heard of Skinwalkers before. I don't know what they are though. What is it again? Wait, hold on. Is there was there ever any what's it called? Like why am I forgetting the name of it? What's it? Analog horror, right? Was there any analog horror stuff on Skinwalkers in particular? I feel like I've seen that. Or at least something very similar to it. I don't remember exactly. Also, that's another thing. I tried to watch the Mandela catalog recently with my boyfriend one weekend at like 1 in the morning, and I was just like, yeah, you know what, whatever, let's just watch it. Like I freaking hate like any type of like I hate everything about this, but let's I'm feeling brave. We just watched I think we watched Smile or something not too long ago. I was like, yeah, I can do this. I got super freaked out by the Mandela catalog. I did not last. I got through the first episode and I did not last past that point. None of them ever scared me, but it was a legend. If a kid ran away from home, a lady would kidnap and kill them. I don't really remember what her name is though. That's pretty spooky. I don't know. I have like, there's just certain parts. There's one part, one part in the first episode of the like volume 1 of the, because like I was doing pretty well. He found like a playlist where it's like all of the like anything related to it in like chronological order, right? And I was doing well with all of the like, oh, creepy, you know, Bible story animation that's all like messed up. I was like, I'm fine with this. This isn't really scaring me. When you got to like the actual like official volume 1 of like the Mandela catalog stuff, I was so tense, and legitimately there was that one part in particular, because there's two parts in that where they do like a knocking, and I hate that shit so much, right? And here's the problem, like any type of, because of where I live, like the really booming knocks where it's just like boom, 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 you know, that doesn't ever really get me, because none of the doors in my house ever sound like that, right? But there's one knock in particular that they do earlier than that one, where it's just like this, like almost very wooden knock, right? And it's like more high pitched and like just louder, and I remember my heart just fucking like jumped out of my body. I was so afraid, and the reason why is because literally right next to me, and this is awful for any type of like late night horror stuff, especially when I like forget to close my window, but literally like directly to my left is my like giant window to like just our yard. And I hate how much it sounds like when they did that, how much it sounded like there was someone outside like in the middle of the night just like knocking on my window, because I would lose my shit if that was the case. If I looked over and I saw any type of like figure outside, I think I would literally have a heart attack and die. I cannot handle that. And my mom literally did the meanest trick on me one night when I jumped out and scared her at one point. She's like, oh, I'll get you back for this. And so when I was like on the phone with a friend at like, I think, you know, 11, 12 o'clock at night, you know, it's starting to get late, way later than usually she's up. She usually goes to bed at this point. She like crept outside, went out the front door, went into the yard, and as loud as she could, she went up to my window while I was just sitting here like talking to a friend and stuff, and she just went bang, 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 bang. And I like, you know, knocking on the window as hard as she could, and then she just like, I don't know, I guess she like darted away so that it would look like no one was there, and I fucking lost it. I hated that so much. I remember like getting out of my chair and like legitimately out of my room so fast. That scared the shit out of me, honestly. And like she made fun of me for it, but I'm like, can you imagine if you were, you know, in the middle of the night, you're sitting working on something and you just hear like this like loud knocking on your window literally right beside you? That's just creepy and scary in general. And like, to my knowledge, everyone was accounted for. Like, she's in bed, you know, and stepdad's in the living room. Like, you know, everyone's accounted for. Nothing out of the ordinary. But of course, that wasn't the case. I'm still freaked out about the alternates. I don't know. I feel like kind of. There's some of it that's like very creepy to me, and some of it that's like, I can deal with this. Like, I think the Mandela catalog is at least good about giving me like breathing room in between all of the spooky, you know, where like sometimes it's very creepy and some other times it's, you know, like, oh, okay, I have a breather for a second, you know? So, and again, it's one of those weird things. It's like, if I watch someone else watch it, then I'm fine. But if I watch it by myself, suddenly it's like, oh, this is way worse. I don't know. Maybe we'll do well, I guess we wouldn't be able to do a stream of it, but maybe we'll do something. Maybe for movie night, we could do that. That would be really interesting, actually. Ooh, maybe for movie night, we could watch some like creepy analog horror stuff. That would be cool, actually. Maybe we should do that one night. Actually, the Catacombs in Paris freaked me out. I don't think I'm familiar with that, to be honest. I watched it all. Props to you, Teal, for finishing all of that. I did not. I got through the first episode and I was like, no, I'm good for the rest of tonight. I'm good. I don't need it anymore. I saw like the thumbnail for the, like, I think it's called like The Intruder or something, and I was just like, no, I'm good. I don't want to see that man's face when I try to go to sleep tonight. So, as a Germans, we have a storybook where different stories about different children. They teach you life lessons, like a guy not wanting to eat his soup and then he's starved to death. Oh my god, that's intense. Lurk, I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go groceries now. I'm telling my brother since 15 minutes, 2 more minutes. Gotcha. Well, thank you for the lurk. I hope you enjoy getting your groceries. My aunts left me alone, quote unquote, in my grandmother's old trailer home in the country. And instead of actually leaving, they moved to my grand's room and started doing shit that would creep me out. That's so mean. My brother scares me whenever I'm sleeping over at his house. He usually has creepy stories playing on his TV when he sleeps. Oh my god, that's so mean. I don't know what it is. I used to scare my grandmother a lot, but then I felt really bad about it. Like, especially when like she's just a sweet, like she's your stereotypical sweet grandmother, just super kind and super sweet. So eventually I just felt bad. Like every time I would scare her and stuff, I just wanted to like give her a big hug because I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. So she's like the one person that is like excluded from any type of like scare stuff now most of the time. But when it comes to like everyone else, also let me restart the music. When it comes to anyone else, that it's free game, They rolled cans through kitchenware and I wasn't allowed in my grand's room. Oh, I went alone because of all the bullets in there. Oh my god. So you couldn't even like go there for safety or anything. That's so, I would hate that. Well, hopefully you've been able to get them back since then. I would hope. Hopefully you've gotten your revenge. At the very least. Hopefully you've been able to do something equally as awful to them. That's always the fun part. Planning your revenge. I get giddy whenever whenever I'm like working up a little scheme to scare my mom or something. I don't know why. It's just fun. And they took the bullets and threw them on the ground to scare me so much I ended up getting a knife. Oh my god. That's awful. Okay, I've never done anything that intense. Our scary stuff is not usually so elaborate, I don't think we ever have done anything so elaborate. Maybe we should though. I mean, I had friends that did some very elaborate stuff, but most of them worked at like a spooky like one of those places, like haunted places where they like specifically are supposed to scare you. So I was stabbed one of them. Jesus. Well, hopefully you didn't and it all ends well. I just opened one of the books I got and writing is super small. I did see those though. The concepts from them sounded really cool. So y'all are nuts, man. Not me. But yeah, no, I could not imagine. Put some in the nose instead. Jeez. I think it's time to get into the game then, so we can face the cryptid monsters in Scarlet Hollow. I also need to preserve my voice so I can actually read. I don't want to waste all my freaking vocal cord. All right. Boop. And then let me turn this off and instead get the creepy guitar. I should play Until Dawn. I know that people wanted me to play Until Dawn, but I kind of already know what happens. And I actually am not really a big fan of those games, usually. 48 minutes of us doing random shit, as always. Usually we have just chatting before streams. That's about as long as this. I don't know. It's fun. It's like a chance for me to talk to you guys about stuff. So I always enjoy it. Yes. Oh yeah, Duke or whatever his name was. He freaking died to the goo monsters. Also, wow, we just jumped right into that, huh? That was a quick transition. No loading screen or nothing. Just okay, we're here. Alrighty then. I wasn't prepared. I thought I'd have more time. I don't even remember the voices for half the. Oh, I just unplugged my headphones. Dang it! I hate when I do that. When I go to reach for something, and sometimes I pull down and my freaking cord like just gets pulled out of its plug. But yeah, no, I've never. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the like Until Dawn type of games. Like, what's it called? Even the one that like the most recent one that people really liked. I think it was like the Quarry. Like, I liked aspects of it, but like I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like the writing that much, I guess. I still think that some of the character stuff is just kind of whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Looks like she spilled something down her shirt. It kind of does from a distance. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a Cthulhu like thing though. I think I remember because she's a cryptid hunter, chat. She's doing what we're gonna be doing, hunting all the spookies. All right, looking at all the creepy pastas. I hope she's still awake. Oren? Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We just started. Sir, if you could just back away and like go the other direction. We just started and I'm trying to like kind of collect myself here. You know, I wasn't ready for that. You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Oh yeah, we're mystical, so we can have our third eye opens to all spooky. You're finally back where you belong. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open, and an older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Miss Forsyth. This is Oren. Is it okay if we come in? You and Miss Forsyth briefly lock eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. There's something about her that's far beyond you, but you feel no threat, no malice. That was another question I was going to ask. Is if people had actually like any visual novel recommendations, because it was something I wanted to check out. It doesn't have to be like a game, but just in general, to toss in like the Discord and stuff for me to look at. Because I know I'd asked for like manga like recommendations and stuff before, and I actually had checked out some of those recently. So I'm trying to like, you know, get better at expanding my my reading stuff, you know, getting into new things when I have time. So, and then the moment passes and you see only the woman before you. Of course, you're in luck. I just put water in for the hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you call me Sabille. You're an adult now, after all. Sabille? I only really play romance. I don't mind romance if it's well done. You know, it just depends. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Oren. I'm so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the Hollow. And now, poor Perlane is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. I want her house. I think honestly that like having the interior of your house just be like filled with like plants and stuff, I don't know what it is. I think it's super charming for some reason. I don't know what that's called, if there's a word for it. I don't know if that like I don't know. I love that though. If I ever had like an apartment or something, I would want to decorate it like that, you know? I'd want to have like a bunch of plants and stuff growing. It would just be cool, you know? Yeah, no, who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. Okay. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. I'm good. I'm good, but thank you. How'd you know that she died? Ah, botanic decor. There you go. Yeah, I want me some botanic decor. That'd be so cool. Look, if my living room can look like a freaking, what's it called? What's a greenhouse? There you go. Then I feel like I would be pretty happy. It would just be cool. you know? I don't know. It brightened everything up so much. Oh, Pelaine was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of, bless her heart. I never met Pelaine. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman. That's fair, child, but it seemed like the right thing to do. We need your help. There's like spookies in the woods, and they already killed someone, and I don't want to end up dead. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches, and I know a bit of classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Now we're on the run. We almost didn't, and then we did, and now I'm a prime suspect in the murder because I listened to frickin' Stella. Look what you've got me into. I'm ruined. Yeah, they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. I think it's charming because someone can keep something else alive. Either that or I just really like plants. I mean, look, I agree. My grandmother cannot keep plants alive for the life of her, and it makes her very sad, actually. So she always gets flowers, and she's just so disappointed that she can't, they always seem to die for some reason, and I feel so bad. I honestly want to get her something that just, oh my lord, same. I don't know, same though. Yeah, I don't know what it is. My mom's really good at it though. She grows a ton of flowers. She has a bunch of flower beds outside, and just we have a bunch of plants in general in the house and whatnot, so maybe that's why I like it so much. So because she's always had that type of stuff, so I don't know, she's really good at it though. Maybe I'll try to get her trade secrets. But she does research and everything. She's very well informed about it. So those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't the local wildlife, Miss Forsyth. Here, I can show you. I got her a fake plant and put it in the soil so she wouldn't be sad. Yeah. Yeah. I've thought about doing that, but she would definitely know the difference. I want to just get her something easy to grow, you know? Stella pulls out the memory card from her sleeve and pops it into her phone. This must have been why she was so quick to hand over her camera. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had the chance to make a copy. I can't believe you're withholding evidence. No, I'm not a goody two shoes right now. I'm on the run. I'm a suspect in the murder. I ain't doing. I'm innocent. Do you think someone so innocent as moi could ever do something so awful? It's not like I have a bloody, redeem. All right? I don't got my, knife behind my back or nothing. That'd be ridiculous. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now, we can examine the footage for ourselves. Thank you for the head pats. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's my face as well when looking at all this shit that's been happening. Sure, Oren. Sure. I would never. Oh, the T. I was like, what the hell is that? Where was this? I think I skipped something, by the way. Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there any way to make... Can you go get your steaming pot, please? Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kaneka should still be awake. She can lead us to hers. You'd better come with, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Aww. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. You seem sweet. Look, you've got that old, like, mysticism, grandmother that knows all about, like, the alchemy of life, that kind of vibe to you. So I'm all for it, the sweet witch of the woods. Kaneka, come out. We could use a little help. I don't trust her. What, Mom? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? Gretchen is a good potato. I don't trust her. What could be not to trust about her? Look at that sweet little smile, chat. Aw, come on. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? I was helping Stella with a video and something terrible happened. I've been through a lot tonight. I'm not in the mood to introduce myself. None of your business. It's none of your business what I'm doing in your house. The old grandmother who's definitely a healer. There you go. Maybe I should have reworded that differently, but yeah. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop, but Stella and her friend have a video to show us. She's sus! Look, chat, I think your sus sensors are going off ever since we ran into the wood cryptids that tried to murder and eat us, alright? It's really important, Kaneka. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out here. Yeah, with that laptop. Heads up, Kaneka. This is graphic. Duke got killed in the woods tonight, and it's on the recording. I love Healer Granny. Same. I need more of this archetype. Going forward. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Oh, God. No one knows what to do! Also, I love your Sailor Moon shirt. Plus 10 points! I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Oren and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm okay. Fine too, thanks for asking. I'm just gonna be quiet. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be much in a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. Oh, wait, that was her. Sorry. What happened in the woods? We weren't supposed to see any of that. The demons in the maze. I love how I do love how dramatic Mystical is. I am almost tempted to like do a whole playthrough of just like only the Mystical option. Just be the most like ominous character in this game, more so than any of the creatures. Yeah, no, I agree. Those things are still out there. Okay, I'm getting sweepy. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely day and night. Bye, Rusty. Have a good rest of your night. Night-night. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for coming to stream and chatting. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I agree. As long as those things are out there and as long as they're there, more people are in danger. So very true, but not for the reasons you think. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They're a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Wait, hold on. So these are just like the first wave? These are the messengers of the doom and destruction, not the actual destruction? Uh-oh. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Oren with the Tylipo crap? What is that? She literally has a thing for storing herbs and medicines. It's behind the girl there. Yeah, exactly. She's an old-timey healer. She knows what will cure your aches and pains, all right? Forget that Tylenol crap. Let me grind up some leaves for you. Let me get the hibiscus tea. A man just died. Have some respect. Kaneka, sweetie, let your mother talk. She said, be quiet. I got some important news to tell everyone. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke is dead. An unfortunate accident and nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. Jesus, Mom. They've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kaneka. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. But fine, let's just stay focused on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to the animals. You saw the chicken in our video. What was that growth? Maybe the ditchlings were here for Duke. They've come for his crops and his livelihood. Maybe the ditchlings are here for Duke? Like some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy? Unfortunately, no. Their presence forewarns of something far more sinister than one man's death. Stop speculating about this occult nonsense. Let's focus on what we know. Right. What are those growths? We said focus on what we know, not what we don't know. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not good. That's for sure. Yeah, we can all agree upon that one. Maybe what we're seeing here is some sort of parasitic larval stage, part of their life cycle. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something like this. Out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. That looks like she's about to have a heart attack when she was like, oh dear. I was like, what's happening? And she's like, oh, the tea. Okay, well, you know, that's of equally pressing concern, I guess. I don't know, it's getting late, and I should let Orin get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I'm good, I'm wired, I got 4 cups of coffee, I'm ready to go. Send me out there, alright? I'll face all the monsters. Me, Chad, the plushies, we'll take everything, alright? You know, we're good. No ditchling's gonna freaking stop me. No, not the hanging leaves. There's a cabinet of small boxes. Use to store herbs and leaves, not on a vine. Oh. I didn't know that. I always see, like, the hanging herbs, and I'm like, alchemy. I think I just want to go home. I just want to go, actually. Whoops. I didn't mean to... No, I'll overwrite the save, sure. Whatever. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around for my usual forums. I'll ask around Reddit, see if anyone has any information on ditchlings. Of course. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now and do your best to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the odd line. Oh. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Also the mortar and pestle below the herbs. Oh yeah, back there, I see it. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kaneka. I'll see ya. Bye, Orin. See ya. Bye-bye. I'm gonna head back to my creepy mansion that's about to fall off the side of a cliff. Bye-bye. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be the best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there. But what are y'all looking at? Sibyl turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. No. I remember that. You said that what we were going to do the next time when we went out there is you were going to take me home because it was on the way. And now we're back at your house? Whatever. You're gonna make me walk home by myself. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Yeah, no, I should probably head back and check on, Tabitha, who, I was supposed to head back and check on. Remember? That's sweet of you. Are you sure you're okay heading back up the mountain alone? I'm more terrified of Tabitha than those things in the woods. I mean, she said they were harmless. Yeah. Sibyl said the ditchings are harmless. I think I'll be okay. It's not far. Well, I won't stop you if you really want to go back. Here's my number. Call me when you get there, okay? And good luck. You and Stella exchange numbers. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know, actually. I think I'm going to leave town as soon as I can. Yeah, I immediately get home, hop in my car, and drive off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Y'all are on your own. I'm ending the game right now. It's not like I have much of a choice. Yeah, we're in this together. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. Bye. I would be all for you doing a playthrough with only the mystical options. I'm really tempted, honestly. You begin a long hike back up the Scarlet Estate alone. But I almost want to play it like seriously, like how I would probably respond to half of what's going on. But I don't know, maybe midway through, after I see enough creepy, maybe I'll just go full mystical. I went from maybe thinking it was real to like I'm full on occult now. Everyone's just like, what the hell, Oren? Why, stop saying all that creepy stuff in the background about how there's a dark presence. And I'm just sitting there like, I sense danger ahead. Someone will die tonight. These woods are cursed with an energy so foul you wouldn't believe. They're just like, what? Are you okay, man? Almost home. Okay. You've made it. I did it. Your salvation in sight. You make a mad dash to the door. Try the door? Or knock? You raise your arm and the door swings open. Oh, I've never been so happy to see your face. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back. I called you back. I have a lot. I texted you back. Yeah, as soon as I had reception. Did you? I didn't notice. I can just imagine someone yelling, Orange, shut the fuck up. Stop with all the creepy. I'm just like, no. This is my purpose. I must inform the others of what I see. Do you know anyone named Wayne? Or do you know anyone named Wayne? Street smart. You feel a slight but palpable hesitation before Tabitha answers. I employ over 100 people. I'm sure I know Wayne. You hesitated before answering me about Wayne. It's late, Oren, and you never came home. I'm sorry that your random questions and accusations caught me off guard. Wait, you smell like nature, an old dog. You must have met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, you don't want to hang out? I know it's like, what? Well, it's only 2 in the morning. You don't want to, like, I don't know, sit down here. Oh, we could play Scrabble like I said we would. Nature and old dog, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to hang out? I'm still all hyped up on adrenaline from tonight. I'd love to just hang out for a little while, cool down a bit. No, I'm not going to hang out with you. It's late. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Don't do anything stupid while I'm asleep. Just go to your room and sleep. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try and leave the night behind you. It's time to go into my room. That room where my mystic senses told me that many people have died here. As you settle into your room, you remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got back. Call her. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different. Like she's been. Oh, I probably shouldn't have given her such a cheery. I probably shouldn't have given her such a cheery response. Then she sounds like she's been crying. Ooh. Did you make it back all right? Yeah. How are you? Are you okay? I died actually. Fun fact. Totally fine. I mean, as fine as I could be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments, for now, you're safe and you're warm. Magic spells! That's what we need. You know, I bet those ditchlings wouldn't stand a chance if I just, cast fireball. She never knew when she took me out cryptid hunting that I was a, grade A wizard. First sight of the freaking the ditchlings out in the woods, and I'm just like, muttering some like ancient incantation. Just send out a massive spell of some kind. Light the whole forest on fire. I've been prepared for the longest time. That's actually the secret. That's a secret option. If you if you pick all the mystic options, you actually get mystical magic. Fun fact. Just cast 1d4 damage. Yeah. Like the narration just tells you to roll a dice to see how much damage you did to the ditchling. Eventually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. I think we just finished episode 1, actually, which makes me feel a little bit bad that we didn't finish it on the first episode, but that's okay. Oh, they're out in the woods. They're waiting. Do we get a title drop? I'm gonna freak out if we get a title drop. That'd be so cool. Also, I still love the art style. It's just so like, I don't know. It's almost it almost reminds me kind of like certain comic styles, I guess, which sounds a little bit weird, but with like all the like line shading that I always love, like hatching and stuff. I don't know. Who is that? Imagine a random time. Roll for luck. Yeah, roll. Right. That's like when you're playing D&D and you have the roll for perception and you fail, and then you're just filled with this like immense dread of just like, oh well, guess you've missed out on whatever you might have needed to see. Man, who carved the scary face on the pumpkin? The heck? Yo, that reminds me of has anyone ever seen Over the Garden Wall, where they have the pumpkin people in their village? They were so cute. Oh well, guess I die. Yeah, pretty much. I always hated that. Roll to see if you pick up on something. Oh well, guess you didn't. It's like the most like, it's just so annoying. Like, it's just an awful feeling to know that like I didn't, get to see the thing. Looks like they use 3D models to pan around the buildings. Yeah, kind of. Now I'm kind of curious to see. Also, title drop! This is the end of episode... Oh, thank you, narrator. Let me read it in the same voice. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. If you'd like to continue with this world state in episode 2, please save your game now. Okay. I saved it. I did it. Continue. Would you like to see a recap? No, I literally just played it. You open your eyes. The sun has risen and the birds are singing. You are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Also, speaking of like reading, I guess like games with lots of reading where it's got a little bit of little bit of romance. I've actually thought about playing Sucker for Love if it's not too expensive, while the summer sale is still around. If it's still on, I don't remember how long it lasts. I've thought about picking that up. Yes. Oh God. I don't know. It always is like a really funny game to me, so I've really thought about playing that one. One of my players rolled a 2 while everyone else got a 12, so everyone else could see the illusion. Meanwhile, I had no idea what the fuck is going on. Do it? I'll have to see if I have enough money for it. If I do, then we'll definitely play it next week, probably. Because I've been looking at it a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be a fun stream game. Your gaze wanders around the room to the window in the woods beyond. You wonder if monsters are lurking there, and right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. That one player, pretty much. Like everyone else, like, no, I would like to think that no one informs them of what's happening, and so they're just like left in the dark, like just watching as everyone else is like, you know, quietly piecing everything together, like, oh, so that's what that is. It's like, oh, you guys all see that? Okay, cool, moving on. They're just sitting there like, guys, I don't really know what's going on here. If you could maybe clue me in a little bit. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Mood! Legit mood. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Okay, not mood. Kept failing his perception check. I used to play D&D with friends, and I went from having how it went for me is that I would have the best and the worst luck at times. So there would be times where I'd feel like a total badass in character because, like, you know, I'm rolling all the highest rolls, which means that I'm always like succeeding in every aspect. It's like I'm sitting back, you know, throwing my shades on. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a cool day to be me. And then literally the next like session, it's like all my luck had been used up, and so it was just straight like the worst critical failure rolls that you could ever imagine. My character's like tripping over tree branches, you know, falling on his own like, you know, weapon, I don't know, bashing his face against a rock, doesn't know what's happening, can't see anything. And honestly, like it's almost a funny dynamic to go in between the two of those. I'd love to play a character that's constantly stuck between every day. That would be funny. You have a character that every other day their luck, or every day their luck like switches to where they either have the greatest luck of all time or the worst luck imaginable. The die for real trying to kill you. I don't know how to play D&D. One dude tried to explain it to me, but I was like half asleep. I don't really fully know either. I was like, I don't know. I was kind of like handheld through a lot of it because there's a lot of rules. There's like a lot of rules and like, you know, things to remember. And I was lucky enough to have a bunch of more well-informed people to play with, so they kind of like explained it to me whenever I did something wrong. I always had to be like, can I do that? Is that possible? And then, so yeah. Am I the only DM in this chat? I think so, probably. I could never DM anything like that. Too much writing and other stuff. I'm too busy, honestly, to ever really do that. And I don't have the attention span to stay on one thing for that long, so I don't know. Check on the possum. You open the drawers and check on the little possum you met yesterday. Oh good, he's still there. That's nice. I don't think we want to. Do we? Okay, here's the question, chat. Do we pat the possum or leave the rabid possum alone? Because I don't know if my character's got their pet him. You reach in to pat the little man's. He immediately plays dead. Aww, that's so cute. I swear. You leave him to his theatrics and close the drawer. Oh my god. I thought he was gonna bite me, not play dead. That's so adorable. Poke around the closet, sure. Great. The doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all, though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. I have a shit ton of free time, and I'm currently hyperfixating on D&D. That's super cool. I have some stuff that I do with friends like on the weekend, but honestly, like that's kind of the hardest thing is like trying to figure out like scheduling between like working on stream stuff, hanging out with people, actually like talking to other people, pursuing a hobby. It's a lot. It's honestly a little bit overwhelming, to be fair, but I feel like I'm getting a decent grip on everything. So, return to your room. You turn back to the rest of the room. Look out the window. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. Wait a second. Yeah, wait, no, I did see that. I missed that at first until it disappeared. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. I don't like that. Maybe you'll head out there to investigate after you've finished waking up. Text Stella. It's probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. You can't imagine that she's been holding up very well. Yo, what up? About them cryptids in the dark that murdered Duke. How you doing? Hi, send a picture of a tired cat you found on the internet. I think we'll just be, hey, a man did get murdered yesterday, so it might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. It's time to start your day. Let's go! You're back in the kitchen, and Frofro eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Oh, is the giddy. Excuse me, madame. May I pet you? Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? Part of your hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as that may seem, you are, after all, talking to a cat. Frofro merely flicks her tail faster. It doesn't look promising. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day, and you've already had a run-in with the cops? The cops don't matter. Something is coming for this town, and I need people to start listening to me. Did you know you're already, like, they're putting up wanted posters for you, Oren? You're gonna get arrested. They're coming for you. And all of a sudden I'm just like, the cops are the least of your worries. The cops are not important. This town is doomed. What the hell? She looks terrible. Don't say that about our sweet cousin who's very sour and moody. You were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops. I had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? A man died right in front of me, and those woods are full of actual monsters. No, some old farmer went missing, and that's it. Don't let Stella get you all worked up over this. She has that effect on people. Did the cops say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? Didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Oren. And before you ask, don't worry, I told them you were an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. You know I didn't do anything, right? She's like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Doesn't matter. Some old farmer disappeared going hunting in the middle of the woods at night. So what? Something like that was bound to happen eventually, and frankly, you're lucky it didn't happen to you. Just don't put on anything else on my plate this week, alright? What's up with you and Stella? I mean, it's not my business, but the option's there, and I am curious. We just have a history. That's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. Can I hang out with you today? Are you busy? Can I please hang out with you? At the mines? No. I've got to get to work. But just stay out of trouble today, all right? I'll try to be back by sunset, and I expect you to be here. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask, and we won't have any more problems. And Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. I like to imagine that she went to the door, turned around real slowly, and then just like slid back over. I mean it. Slides back to the door. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. I'm a BRB. No problem. Thank you for the lurk. Once again, you're the only human in the estate. A text from Stella. You know, up most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. Chugging coffee in the library now if you want to join. I have scones. Scones! Oh my god, say no more. I'm on my way. I want a scone. And that's that. Time to start your day. But well, no, we're gonna go get scones. We don't need a jelly sandwich. I want to go check out the garden though. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you, and it compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. Scones are great, but I eat them plain because I don't know, jam or cream. I feel like I've never had a scone with jam or cream. That kind of sounds good. I don't know. I feel like that would be yummy, honestly. I feel like I should try that, you know? Maybe that's just me, but like I think depending on the type of jam, it can be really good, right? Or like jelly, if you want to call it that. Just jam sounds nicer. But like honest to God, I don't really like blueberry flavored things. And I honestly don't know that I like blueberries that much. So like blueberry jam, I'm not a big fan of. And strawberry's okay, but like you give me some like I got this freaking pepper jam at one point. I think it was legitimately called like a Peruvian pepper jam. And oh my god, it's to die for, chat. I love it so much. It's like sweet and spicy. It's very, very good. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. No, investigate further. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery. Unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within the sea of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. I want to point out something as well very, very quickly. I think that the narration for... I could say this about all the game, but I want to like specifically say the narration for this game is very well written. I don't know. I wanted to point that out. I wanted to say it last time, but like it's very good. I like it a lot, especially for a game with probably so many different like paths and choices and what you could do. Like it's very cool. I like it. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Oh, I don't like it. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, putting aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. Text it to Stella. You send the photo to Stella. Look what I found in the garden across from my window. No way that's Tabitha sized. Okay, look. Two options. Either one, it's a ghost monster out in the garden waiting and stalking the grounds, or two, it's a real person stalking me, in which case both are awful and I hate it. Now, head to town. I'm getting my scones. All right, I need something to calm my nerves. Scones and coffee sounds amazing right now. You walk back to town, or the walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who knew your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feels less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Jeez, that's creepy. All the more reason to come to the library. And look who I found at the library. She said she was up all night thinking about the video, adding you to the group text. Yeah, group text for cryptid monster hunting. Can I get send the message to you, or to Stella, you? Okay. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store, or was. Well, I'm trying to figure out what those animal things were. I don't buy into this Harbinger of Doom stuff. Stella sent a message to you and Kanaka. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings, and they are Harbingers of Doom. Alright? Screw science and fact and logic. These are monsters, plain and simple. It sounds like they're having fun. Dang, I need those scones. I'm on my way! I still want one of the scones, please! Continue down the path. If they're all gone by the time I get there, I swear. You make it into town, where the only two residents are there, standing in the street. All the other doors and windows boarded up. You make it into the town in one piece, and no creatures jumped out on you. No scary men blocking your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Oren. It's Avery and Sabile. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sabile's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. There's monster... Tell Avery the whole truth. Make him think that we're absolutely insane. Or make them never want to talk to us. I gotta tell you, Avery, it's not looking good. It's not. They're never gonna believe this chat, but it's not looking good. I'm not really ready to talk about it yet, or do we lie? I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna lean into it. Yeah, sure. Tell them the whole truth. The smile they have on their face right now, they're just like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's, yeah, sure. Look at the contrast between Sabile's just like, oh, you poor thing, and they're just, Avery's standing there and they're just like, oh, that's, yeah, of course, Skunk Ape, yeah, sure. Actual monsters, of course. Stella and I went into the woods to try and find Skunk Ape, but we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. I still can't take freaking Skunk Ape seriously. Sabile said they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, they killed Duke and been mutilating the local wow. No! I can't go into my uwu voice to narrate this game. Whoa. Slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes. He's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Orin. I'll tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you up some of Sabile's new blend, try and calm your nerves. It's chaga but lemon balm, or chaga and lemon balm. I don't know what that is. It's always helped me on bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Orin. See you, Sabile. Take care now, Avery. I like Avery. They're very confidant. Ah, yeah. Tell them about the truth, the whole truth. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. I don't like that look over the shoulders. Please, don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. I feel like whenever I'm alone with Sabile, we should be mystical, you know? Once all the other normies are out of the way, now I can just get right down to, you know, brass tacks, me and the mystical old lady. We're connecting on a spiritual level. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Orin, and God bless. I don't know. Maybe she is a little sus, actually. Maybe I am a little bit suspect about her. You probably have a bit of time before you're needed at the library. A bit of time, you say? Ooh, so I can go by the diner, huh? Talk to Avery some more. I want to talk to Avery more, actually. Yup! The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Okay, breakfast for dinner, yes or no? Chat, what's your opinion on it? I know some people are like, yuck, weird. But if you're one of those people, I gotta say, you're wrong, all right? I will tell you right now, you're wrong. Breakfast for dinner is an amazing thing. Explore. Warn the patrons of the danger. Quickly, you must all leave! Flee immediately! No, I think they would think I was insane. I'm gonna talk to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Yo, I love their fashion. They look so cool. I still love the little like bottom lip piercings. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie's sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. I don't know what that means. Also, we get the guitar. The guitar returns. Yes. I love that. I have to look that up after the stream. I forgot to last time. I heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that the sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. I was always terrible at Sudoku, honestly. I don't know why I pronounced it wrong the first time. I sucked at Sudoku. I don't know. I'm not very good at puzzle stuff, honestly. I'm okay at them, but like, especially with like my grandmother loves doing crossword puzzles, and sometimes the clues are so like, I don't know, like general trivia knowledge that like goes way, way back that I just don't ever, like, there was no chance in hell that I was ever gonna guess that. And like, it took so long. Welcome back. We're having a coffee date with Avery, and they're pretty cool. They're chill. We told them the whole story. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. Then we ran into a mystic old woman who told us that the town is doomed and the ditchlings are harbingers of death and destruction. Ooh, smexy. They are kind of... They're kind of smexy. I'd agree. I dig their style. They got good vibes too. Like, look at this confident pose. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating the daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. For real, for real. Yeah. What's up though, Lynx? How you doing? Welcome back. How was your trip? I would go out with them. Yeah, they're cute. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. But will Winnie judge? Nah, I want to kill my brother. Oh, I'm sorry. He's an ass. I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't that bad, but at least you get to hang out here and enjoy Cryptid Creepy time. But he bought me a mojito. I've never had that, so I don't know really what that even is, honestly. My knowledge, what I miss, we spoke to the mystic old lady again, and we did our I've come to the decision that whenever we're alone with Sabine, the old alchemist woman, that we'll use only mysticism because it's kind of funny, you know. Once all the normies have left, we'll get down to our spiritual connection. But yeah, my knowledge of like any alcoholic drinks is pretty much non-existent. I know nothing. I'm gonna try my tea first. Mystical. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sabine was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. How is that mystical? That's just like a normal... Yeah, it's normally alcohol, but I have an alcohol-free one. Let's go. Aren't those like really sweet? Got like, they're like fruity, right? Yeah, am I correct or am I wrong? I don't know. So it's just like a lime lemonade. Ooh, you said the magic word, Lynx. Give me some of that lemonade. I'm here for the lemonade tax, as I am an addict to all things lemonade. It's not that sweet. That's fine. Whoa, not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. It's supposed to be super healthy, but it definitely makes for a challenging drink. I don't know if I want to drink the fungo tea. Yeah, I would give, but I don't want. Fair. I like lemons. I like anything lemonade. The key, I've said this before, the key to my heart is lemonade. Clearly. Color me impressed. What if you don't believe me about last night? I could tell you, but what if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. All right, then. I guess I'll tell him about last night. I just eat whole lemons. Here's what I do, all right? If I'm making lemonade, like freshly squeezed lemonade, what you got to do, you got to squeeze the lemons, get all the lemon juice out, right? And then you eat the lemons. That's what you got to, I mean, because it's a waste to just throw away all the lemon pulp or whatever, so you eat it. It's the best way. No sugar, just sour lemons. Yes. Kindred spirit, Apollo. You spill the beans, glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. I can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going into the woods to look for someone. Nom nom, yeah! I'm addicted to sour. I used to, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I used to, whenever I'd get Sour Patch Kids, I used to like, once I was done with all the Sour Patch Kids, I would literally like eat all of the like the sour, like whatever, like salt almost at the bottom, like the powder. I would just eat all of that. I don't know if that's bad for you. I don't really do that anymore because I don't eat a lot of candy. But back when I was a kid, I used to just like take the whole thing, just blah. I thought there was a spider on my leg. It was a charging cable. I hate that feeling when like you feel like there's something like crawling up your leg and then there's just nothing there. It must have been Duke. They seem so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't have been very serious, but wow. They seem weirdly suspicious. I'm sure they've seen worse. They seem weirdly suspicious of me. I don't get it. They saw Stella's footage. They saw what happened out there, but it feels like it feels like so far all they've done is hound me. Hey, I don't know if I could help your anxiety, but even if they think you did do something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just, like, dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. Oh, thank you. I got warheads or toxic wastes, and I eat 10 at a time. Burn my taste buds. I don't think I ever had, what's it, the toxic waste one? I think I have had a warhead, but only like one. So I don't know that I'd last through 10 of them, even though I'm addicted to sour. I unpegged you as a transplant? I don't know what that means. Do you ever regret moving here? I don't think I've had the choice to have a second. Also, why does she keep looking over here at me? Is she suspicious of me too? I don't think I've had the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. There's no way she's leaving this place. You should get out of here before things get any worse and take me with you. I like how it's just I think she's just nosy. I like how there's you should get out of here before things get any worse, and it's you should get out of here before things get any worse and take me with you. Let me know if you happen across any leads. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Just let me know if you hear anything. Definitely. Oh man, looks like my shift is starting. Hopefully the Chaga's had a chance to start working its magic. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions any of those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. I like them. I feel comforted by their presence. I wanna hang out with them. Head to the library, I think, because I don't want to miss anything. So we'll go to the library first. Oh, is that the librarian? Also, what is going on over here? What is that? They're so simple. They are. What is happening? What is this? What, you got like a dude tied up to a steel pole with... Oh no, he's just screaming. I thought there was like something in his mouth. What is happening? Y'all doing witch burning? I'm gonna kidnap the grandpa and Avery. I forbid you! I need them for comfort. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey, you made it. Shush! Point to all the books before heading over. No, I'm gonna go over. You head over to Stella and Kaneka's table and settle in. And they have scones! You misunderstood. I'm bringing them to this course. You made it. I'm glad you could join us. Morning, Art. You look tired. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'll sleep when I'm dead. The most edgy response that I think I've ever heard. But I'm pretty amped up actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. The estate isn't the easiest place to get a good night hour, good 8 hours. Yeah, that's fair. It is kind of haunted. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm really tempted. I was tempted to pick that one. It's again, there's a lot of funny options that I kind of like almost want to go with, but I don't know. Everyone would think I'm like overly dramatic. They'll never believe me when I actually come spouting doom. They're like, oh, that's just how Orin always is. Always dramatic, do more funny. Okay. I'll be the most dramatic person to ever exist. Let me put my little tiger down real quick. It's getting hot. I can only imagine. That place is already falling apart the last time I was there, and it's been years. I can't believe it hasn't been condemned. Not that there's anyone here to do the condemning. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Oh! Before I forget, we've got to talk about that photo you sent me this morning. Can I check this out? We're in Founded in Tabby's garden this morning, right in the line of sight from his room. That's another thing, by the way. We also figured out that there's something or someone in our garden like stalking us. So I cut my hair, and the good thing is that it dries faster. Aww, very cool. I cannot relate. I've been too lazy to cut my hair, so my hair is actually pretty long right now. But I don't know. I like it. I might keep it this way for a while. So it's nice. I can do so much more. But yeah, having short hair can be easier to keep up with, honestly. It's frustrating to like have to brush like all the like tangles and stuff out of my hair whenever I like, you know, do anything. I get a short haircut in 2 weeks. Let's go. I've always really wanted to try. A part of me really wants to be adventurous and try that thing where like you like shave like kind of the under part, I guess. I don't know. Or like, I don't know. There's just some styles that I really like where it's like shaved and swept to one side, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Some people just got some cool hair, man. And I'm jealous. Mine doesn't tangle. Lucky. Mine does. What in the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Gross. Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. I can't see I'm thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. Yeah, no. Yeah. No kidding. Maybe it'll be safer if you just don't stay. Or wait, maybe it'll be safer if you just don't stay at the estate. Do you think he could be the creep we saw outside of the general store last night? He knew your name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. Whoa. Apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? That guy keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, we are. I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If this is whoever left those prints if this whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered. The creatures! Now here's the question. Why isn't this person in Dream Daddy? Can I steal the scones? Fuck no. Those are my scones, plain and simple. All right? You can fight me for them, but you can't steal them. All right? I'm hungry too. All right, I need my ow. Why was the fish so big? The heck? The doggo in the background is so cute. Yes, we love Gretch. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Hi. Origami fish. Where? I don't see one. What? I don't see one. Where? Where fish? I've been lied to. I'm gonna introduce myself. Hey, I'm Oren, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well, but still, a little kid when she left. I was still a little kid when she left. I just threw one at you. Oh, you meant that. Welcome back, Rusty. I thought you were going to bed. What the heck? Thought you were getting eepy. Welcome back regardless, though. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez. I think that's the right way to pronounce that. Chief Librarian, and only Librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I try, but I can't sleep, so I'm gonna stay here. Aw, I appreciate that at the very least. I hope you can get some rest soon, though. Thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. No sleep, gang! Chat, you have to sleep, if you can, at least. More like insomnia, gang. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she has been answering my text, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. I'm running on 30 minutes of sleep. No. Oh my god. I could never be one of the people that freaking like takes little 30-minute naps. If I go to sleep, I'm out for a bit. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there a bunch when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Kids are smarter than she thinks. She can take care of it. Yeah, kids are smarter than you think. I'm sure she'll be fine. Turn that down a little bit. Ow! Ow! I moved to turn down my audio a little bit and I accidentally like bumped my boom arm up and my microphone like smacked me in the face. I tried to take a nap earlier and I fell asleep for like 2.5 hours. That's why I was late. Yeah, that's me. I can't take naps, I guess. I always go to sleep for a long period of time. So that's why I like when I know that I'm about to like get in bed, it's like, all right, I'm out. There's nothing else that needs to be done. I'm good. All right, see ya, you know? Because the second you get me a big blankie, I'm donezo. All right? Wrap me up in a big blankie, I'm done. All right? It's sleep for me. You might not want to let it run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kaneka's right. There's some weird stuff going out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that shows up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Yes, they do look like that. I'm not tired now, though. Let's go. I'm like a big baby, got my big soft blanket on my plushie, and I look like a burrito. Aw, yeah, that's fair. That's usually what I do too. I roll up, but I always sleep with my dogs. So I got like I roll up, I got my big blankie, and then I got my pupper, and she like sleeps basically on top of me at this point. So I feel very protected and safe whenever I'm in bed. And my other pupper sleeps like either at my door or at the foot of my bed. So I have a big fluffy blanket that engulfs you completely. Aww. Kaneka's mom told me about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings? Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try to figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Also, can I just say real quick that, like, my suspension of disbelief ends at the point when you ask the local librarian or any random, like, person that lives in the town, hey, you know, like, if this town was going to be on the brink of disaster and some horrible calamity was going to destroy the whole region, like, where would you look? You know, just a normal everyday question. My suspension of disbelief ends at the fact that he would take you seriously and be like, oh, well, I would start looking here. If it was me, I would look down by the history books where the region happened. You know, like that's where most people, I feel like, at least where I live, would be like, how? What type of question is that? I would do that if my dogs didn't get everywhere. I wake up and I have a mouthful of fur. My dogs don't shed fur like that, so I'm lucky. They do shed a lot, but just not like that. I have to wash my sheets a lot, though. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. I gotta go nab some more books. We should spill the... You know what? Whenever they're like, do you want to tell the truth and the whole truth to everyone in town? I should just let everyone know, you know? Just tell everyone the full truth. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Oh my god! Yes! Yes, more biscuits for the pupper! More! Oh my god. That's literally my dog, for real, for real. That's exactly what my dog does whenever I give her like any type of treat. Munch. Yeah. She munch so good. Oh. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella is barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. It gives me... I was hanging out with my son when he asked me a strange question. What are the Earth's defenses in case of an alien invasion? Then I realized I didn't have a son. What is the defense systems, father? What the hell? But she's right about their weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in the woods. All right, it's time. It's the mysticism route. If I were you, I would keep my loved ones close in the coming days. A man's already dead. It's nothing we can't get to the bottom of. Whatever's out there. Or should we do it? Should we go full on mysticism whenever it appears from now on? We're just gonna be the town mystic. Mystic. Okay. The way that they give me this look. She's just like, are you for real right now? I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Oren. He's been hanging out with Stella too much. See, now they think I'm crazy. They're never gonna believe me. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting in trouble, and I'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kaneka. And Oren, if you see a 13-year-old girl with black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Of course. You know, there's only like 10 people that live in this town, sir. I'm sure it won't be, you know, too hard to find anyone. My words got so jumbled there. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Yeah, instead of making him feel better about like his daughter who he can't get in touch with right now, I've literally escalated his fear to like a level that it would never have reached otherwise. I carry the possum. Yo, what if we did take the possum that lives in our room with us? Oh my god. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Yeah, research party, high five. We're going to get this PowerPoint presentation done in no time. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Reading awaits. Flip through the veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader, Appalachian folk monsters. Yeah. A few entries catch your eye. Wumpus Cat. I mean, we can do all of them. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wumpus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. this won't be a comfortable without this. Oh, mwah, mwah. Kisses for chat. Mwah. Have good rests. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. All right, now give me some of them Tommy knockers. What's with the Tommy knockers? What is that? So you don't throw out your voice? Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been sipping on a drink I made earlier, so I've been pretty well hydrated for stream. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. Duck! Oh my god! Hold on. Give me a sec, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hi, Duck. What are you doing? Oh, this is a real myth creature? Yeah, I think this book is full of real myth creatures. How's your day? How are you? What's up? Thank you for coming to stream. Big fan. I'm a big fan. Duck Oshi for real, for real. Go make sure to follow Duck. She's super sweet. And she just hit affiliate. Go show support. Yo, what's up, though? How's your day? How are you? We're playing a creepy visual novel game right now that I got while the freaking Steam sale was on, so I'm excited. It's kind of cool, and the art style is really charming, honestly, so I've been enjoying it. Thank you for the shout out. I'm doing really well. I'm technically working now, but I wanted to say hi and hang for a bit. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Even if you just lurk, I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here in the first place. Thank you, thank you. I hope that your work isn't too stressful, and I hope you have a great rest of your day once you get off work. We'll have to totally hang out sometime soon. What were we reading? I think we did this. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Oh my god. The Tailypo. Nothing, look, okay, nothing with a name so cute could be so evil, right? Tailypo sounds like a Pokemon, right? We're definitely not going to run into any issues with a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. That can't be evil. Or come on. Work as well so far, getting stuff done slowly but surely. And yes, for sure, we got to hang out. Yeah, of course, of course. You have to let me know. Oh my god. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out in the corner of his eye. I don't know about that one. You know what? Actually, never mind. Maybe the Tailypo is not as cute as I once had imagined in my head before seeing it. I don't like that. It's got like claws coming out of the darkness. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he had drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. I still want a pet. I mean, maybe if we do pet it, that's how we tame it, you know? That's how we make it all sweet and nice to us, if we give it a good pet, you know? But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring at him. I want my Tailipo. A high, hoarse voice creaked from the darkness. Oh my god, it's the Onceler? Not again! I thought we escaped after, we watched the movie. We watched the Lorax, and I thought that was it. Go away, he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood, accompanying its movements. I still love the free ASMR. I don't think I'm that good at the ASMR, but I'm glad you think so. We'll have to do an actual ASMR stream at some point. I know I said that last week as well, but I just forget. There's so many things, like, thanks to the sale, there's been so many like little indie games that I've been able to pick up and like suggestions and whatnot. So I've wanted to like make sure that I like get those scheduled. We had the Amnesia stream we gotta do. There's another Amnesia stream tomorrow. So I don't know. There's been so many other stuff that I've wanted to do. So I haven't really like scheduled an ASMR stream, but we'll have to do another one for sure. Since I know that there's been some people that have wanted one. So I still have to figure out, like, I'd have to do a little bit more planning for that, so that there's like an actual, like I actually know what I'm gonna do going into it, instead of it just being kind of like a ASMR just chatting stream. So you should also read creepypastas and stuff, or you could also read. I could use the voice that I've got for the narration so far. I don't know if that would be good for that or not, but maybe. I want my Tailipo, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. I want my Tailipo! Before the hunter could do so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. Yo, the Onceler killed him. Onceler's crazy, man. He'll take your dog, he'll take your life, he'll take your house. He'll take all of it. It's all gone. You don't have anything left. You have a soothing voice. I love it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was looking at the content warnings and age rating for a book, and oh my god, I'm glad I looked at the warning before getting it. Why was it like really bad? Actually, like was it scary and spooky, or was it just like very mature? You're done here. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. You know what? No, after the creepy cryptid stuff, I think I'm good. I've done my research. We might as well read through as many as we can for right now. I get the full lore. Was it Yowie though? I've heard some controversy about how to pronounce that. There's a sexual book in my middle school library. That's so strange. Silas Everett Scarlett was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlett in 1818. One of 12 siblings, he grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history. And not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlett. Non-con stuff, gore, murder, torture. Oh god, that's awful. That's a good thing you read before buying. I would not want to like just be, having a good old time, smiling. Oh, this is so cool. And you flip the next page, and it's just like the worst thing you've ever imagined. You're just like, oh my god. The name was so cute though. That's how they get you. That's how they pull you in, for the people that weren't paying as much attention. They pull you in with the cute name, cute title, and then they pull a Doki Doki and they flip the script, go full like demonic on you. I feel like I'm kind of that's another thing though. Like I feel like there's a lot of like that type of horror that's not what do you call it? Like, I don't know. It doesn't affect me as much anymore. Like the cute horror stuff. I don't know. There's so much of it. It feels like there's too much. Like cutesy thing is actually horrific. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. A great grandpa? Maybe. I don't know how far back this is. The husky and his white cat cheesing. Ah, interesting. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War. He settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. I'm gonna get that book. You'll have to tell us how it is then if you're gonna go get it. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Jeez, man, that's a lot of people. Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlett, and their 8 children. Can you imagine having 8 kids? I mean, I was one child, and I feel like me at a young age, I was like a handful, right? Maybe even now. But can you imagine if there were 7 of me? That would be a lot. That'd be too many, my grandma. I could not, man. That would be too... I would lose my mind, I think, if I had to raise 8 children. So props to anyone who's able to do that and still be sane by the end of it. Like, I like kids, too. And that's a lot. Oh, my God. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills. But it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. I have 12 different aunts and uncles. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. My mom had 4 kids, but I technically have 7 siblings from my dad's side. Jeez, that is a lot. I have a lot of like cousins and stuff, but I don't have as many. I don't have any siblings. I just have a lot of cousins. Because there were definitely some people that were just like, oh, you know, just kept having them. I was like, hey man, you know, if that's what you like doing, it makes you happy, and your family is running wild, then I'm happy for you. Anyway, coal mines. You're finished with this one. I have one more. The veins of Scarlet Hollow. Forced into retirement at the age of 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy. Well, I don't know if I care about it anymore. Silas Scarlett also lost his eldest 2 sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his 3rd eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlett, oh God, okay, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. He managed to evade the coal union for decades, making one of them the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlett built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlett estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture to the region. Bad name, exactly. We won't get into that, though. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlett's son Theodore, his brother Enoch Scarlett, who had taken over. I didn't get to read that in time. Dang it! I clicked the wrong button. Well, anyway, Enoch and Theodore. So this is how your family made its fortune. We were coal barons. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Yeah, what did we put together? All right, team, huddle up. What we got? All right. If we're going with what Kaneka's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters, as well as what brought the ditchlings here. Talipo! You know what I learned? I learned about the Talipo! We freaking love Talipo! Look, it never said that the Talipo, like, murdered or hurt anyone, alright? It's just that the house was gone, and all of its inhabitants, alright? It doesn't mean that the Talipo did it. You know, maybe some natural disaster happened. Maybe the guy just like broke down his whole house and then he left with his dog. You know, we don't know. You know? Who's to say the Tailipo? No. We don't know that the Tailipo did any wrong. All right. With a name as cute as Tailipo, you know, we can never be sure. But not nuclear incidents. It looks like our state has a history with those. Does it? What about y'all? Find anything? Kitty! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table, and Stella quickly slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel. My heart and soul. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. I want a pet now. Yes. Oh, you're cute. I love it so much. It's adorable. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Oh my god, it's so cute. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? No! Leave Pixel be! Pixel is perfect! The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Oh my god. I love when cats just become full-blown loaves of bread and they just lay like that. It's so adorable. I love when the kitty go loaf mode. Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Oh, it's so cute. It's too cute. We have a dog and kitty. No monster can scare me now. I am perfectly safe here. Any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once y'all are done and then check on her usual haunts. Her haunts? She goes haunting? She's a ghost. What was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? Yeah, what is that? She's dead. It is a horror thing, and I wouldn't put it past the game, but I'm hoping not. Yeah, what'd you say about nuclear incidents? You're talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up in midair and dropped a couple of bombs. A fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. Yeah, there would be no state. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. That's insane. I didn't know that. Is that true? Is that real? I'd imagine so. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. I don't like that. Right. Its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm sorry, what? Y'all didn't get the second bomb? If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. Thanks, Oscar, for just turning around to tell me that. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is a part of our skill set. So the nuke made the ditchlings. Oh god, we're screwed. The bomb is somewhere else, or we say ditchlings here. I don't think that's part of our skill set. I don't think I can disarm bombs. Yeah, I don't think that's a part. That was the first one. I hope that's one you're talking about. Unless you're talking about the ditchlings one. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. I'm just saying, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. Nah, nukes. Oh, I'm sorry. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. Okay, look. I don't know about that one, all right? I've played myself some Fallout games. I don't know about that one. I don't think there's any of that happening. Chernobyl, yeah. I've missed this. Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kaneka. Do you guys think there's like a cult here? A cult? Oh my god, no, never. Where are we? We're in Scarlet Hollow, North Carolina, which I don't think Scarlet Hollow is a real place, but yes, that's where we are. We're in the United States. I like how they don't have a response, so I have to kind of do it. Okay, so wait, hold on. We have those cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they were trying to cover something up, or maybe the ditchlings were actually nudists doing some sort of weird ritual. Maybe the ditchlings were like summoned. A lot of folks here feel tense and closed off. I want to say this one, the first one, with the cops, because that is kind of confusing how like nonchalant they are about it. But this is so funny to me. Maybe the ditchlings are just a bunch of nudist occult worshippers in the woods. You never know. Summoning. They were summoned. Clearly. It goes with our mysticism. I mean, you never know. I like how her face immediately went to just like complete skepticism, but Stella over here still just really invested in this idea. Like, oh yeah, maybe the ditchlings were like summoned as a part of a ritual or something like that. That seems unlikely. Talk about the folk monsters. Yeah, there you go. See, chat's got the occult summoning all down pat. They could have done it. You never know. So Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? Sounds like such an insult. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? My mom used to tell me that Tailypo story. I'd totally forgotten about it. Wumpus Cat sounds like could have been mountain lions. That is true, actually. What are you laughing at, huh? You don't believe my research? My research is just as valuable as whatever you were looking at, okay? Wumpus Cat sounds like they could have been mountain lions, voiced like a woman crying out somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely. They're only 100% mountain lions. Kaneka, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Wait. Yeah, there you go. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachian. What happened to my mouth? It didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, and then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. And now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get with the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? Oh, everyone's real serious about that one. Maybe he's the ghost of a dead miner. There's something seriously wrong with the guy, and we should definitely look into it, but I don't think he's a ghost. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place, though maybe he's hunting the whole town. He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've seen him like touch stuff. Okay, there you go. And then Tailypo. My mom used to tell me that Tailypo story when I was little. I can't remember. I forgot about that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try to dig out my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from the Tailypo. And one day, and the one that was left after the thing. Oh, okay, whatever the thing did to it. Okay. Now I know that it's just because chimneys don't burn down, wooden houses do. That's fair. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tailypo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. Aww, cuties. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Chat, you have so much in common with this, with Stella. All right, this vibe that she gives off, you have so much in common with. I like to live life on the edge. Let's move on. Not me. Sure. I guess talk about the veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kaneka visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Me, there you go. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevet. Okay. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There was not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, Scarlet... Ow! What the heck? Why are you throwing at me? I'm just reading the game. I ain't do anything. Whatever. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow Mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. More kiss for chat. Mwah. 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 Kisses for chat. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the business better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Our cousin might be sketch! A union-busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. That's fair. I missed the last one due to Wi-Fi, so I also needed one. Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture in front is. Oh, that's what the sculpture in front is for. Commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be the ditchlings, or what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse? Writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Okay. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine's about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Phew, had me worried there for a second. How many books you got to stack back there, Oscar? How big is that shelf that you've been stocking for the past, I don't know, 37 minutes? I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. There's a lot of options here. I agree with Stella. Maybe ditchlings are warning about another collapse. What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? That's fair. That's got some logic behind it. I'm not sure I agree with the collapse angle, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. Also fair. The mines seem too obvious. Yeah, what if the mines are poisoning people? I don't know. That seems like an interesting one. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What about the ditchlings? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Yeah, that could work. Okay. We're getting some theories out there now. Talk about Silas. We should check out the mine. I don't really want to get stuck talking about that. I don't feel like it's that important, honestly. We could also help look for his daughter. That's fair. Let's go. Yeah. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? There's a missing kid in town that's probably way more important than whatever else we'd be doing. Just to clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's just out with her friends and ignoring a poor old man. Not that I don't appreciate your concern. I didn't mean to skip it again! Unless I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't even know where we would look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like to do these days? You don't have to worry about checking up on her there. I'm going there myself once I finish shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go question some of the miners, right? We're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. Yeah, me too. Honestly, like, I've been on a, like, where they take you into, like, caves and caverns. I've been on one of those where it was, like, this big cave, like tunnel system or whatever, and like, you know, they had even like lit and everything like that, and I hated every second of it, honestly. Like, it was cool, don't get me wrong, but it's so claustrophobic, and that feeling, like that little like fear in the back of my head that like, oh my god, it's all gonna come down on top of me, like that, especially I hate, there was one point where you had to like almost crawl to get through, like it was so low to the ground, like you had to kind of like either do this little like crouched, you know, walk thing, or you could just crawl through it. And no, as someone who has like claustrophobia, I hated that so much. That was legitimately like one of the scariest things, because I always get this feeling that I'm gonna get like stuck. I promise, Neeks, we're just gonna go question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we go. Okay, when we get there. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. And hey, maybe with our luck, we'll run into Rosalina while we're looking around. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. Mystical, we were always gonna wind up in the mines. I didn't even look at the other options. I was just like, yeah, no, the mines were always calling. We couldn't avoid it even if we tried. Well, that's kind of ominous. I'm a little worried about Tabitha. She's not exactly gonna be thrilled to see us snooping around the mines. We can be sneaky. I'm sure I'll make sure to be a good lookout. She'll never even know we were there. Look at us going on a caper together. I miss this. And I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up with running the store, I didn't even realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though, there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. Can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? No, I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad, that poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Orin. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. All right, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if you run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. And I think that's a good place to end it for now. I think we save and we call it there. I'm liking it. I like the story. I like the writing. The characters are all pretty charming. I don't know. It's good. I think we'll definitely try to finish it. I just don't know. I need to figure out how long the game is going to be. That's another thing, because it has a lot to do. So sad ASMR end. I know. I'm sorry. We'll do an ASMR stream at some point. I promise. Don't worry. But I hope that everyone enjoyed. At the very least, I hope everyone enjoyed. Before we end stream, do you want to be called Good Baggy? What do you want? Which one do you prefer, Lynx? Baggy ASMR never ends. Well, we can't keep redeeming it. Links, you're such a good Baggy. And thank you for coming to stream. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all your support and all the cool art and stuff that you did. And thank you for our new emotes. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope that the rest of chat has a good rest of your day, night, time zone in general. But we're gonna do a raid before we finish. And then I'll see you tomorrow when we start a new Amnesia game. Oh my god. I wanted to do a custom story for Amnesia so that we could basically, I don't know, like I after finishing the bunker twice, well, once on my own as well, I don't know, I've been kind of addicted. I want more of that kind of style. It's really, I don't know, there's just something about it. Also, let me get the music on before we go. Get the vibes. There we go. So I'm hoping that it'll be good. I've heard very good things about it. I just got to get it set up for tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for chilling with me, for lurking in chat, whatever you do. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I get to see you tomorrow for the next stream. So, but let's do a raid before we go. Who can we raid? Thank you for stream. Thank you for coming to stream. I really, really appreciate it. Why don't we go raid Yami, actually? They're streaming right now. Yo, Oren, you ever heard of What Remains of Edith Finch? I have not. But if you want to throw it in the Discord and toss it there, I will definitely check it out in between streams. Yeah, go raid Yami. Yami is super cool. So go make sure to tell them hello. And like I said, I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. And I hope I get to see you tomorrow. And if not, like I said, have a good rest of your week. So bye. Take care.